Nike, an organization that got her on a bargain basement deal and is telling her, well, we're going to wait to promote you until we're done promoting Asia Wilson. And she's in the middle of all of these racial discussions that she has nothing to do with, wants nothing to do with, and then they're demonizing her fans.
In addition to LeBron, Tiger Woods, Michael Jordan, and now Caitlin Clark, Nike has acquired one of the few generational athletes with the potential to earn billions of dollars. In April of this year, Caitlin agreed to a very low-cost 8-year contract with Nike worth up to $28 million, which they will profit greatly from with a signature sneaker. However, they have no plans for a Caitlin Clark shoe, even though they were unanimously chosen as the WNBA Rookie of the Year. Why not? Nike has collapsed in recent years. Compared to 2021, their value has decreased by more than $100 billion. People demanded that their CEO be sacked because it had gotten so awful. He had to resign as a result. Are sports becoming less popular? No. Despite terminating their collaboration with Yeezy, Adidas has performed admirably over that time. Fans are furious because Nike's sleeping on Caitlin Clark. How did basketball's most attractive talent go passed over by the biggest name in sports? On the court, Clark is dominating and smashing records. Nike, meanwhile, is remaining silent. What exactly is happening here, and how is Adidas responding to it? The 2024 Rookie of the Year award was been given to Caitlin Clark. Clark's first season, it was a historic event. She recorded the most assists in any season and the most points in a rookie campaign. Additionally, she played around and achieved 2 triple-doubles, which has never been accomplished by a rookie. Let's examine how amazing Clark has been. She is more than good. In her freshman season, she is rewriting the history books with ease. She won the title of Rookie of the Year. That's not all, though. She's blowing people away, selling out merchandise, and packed arenas. Do you think she's making a difference? You people in her WNBA season have come and gone since she signed this contract. Nike hasn't taken any action to market her since. No advertisements have been shown to us. We haven't noticed any advertisements. There isn't any Caitlin Clark goods that we have seen. Additionally, we have definitely not seen any of Caitlin Clark's distinctive shoes. You may be asking yourself, why isn't Nike involved in this? The next big thing in basketball is right in front of them. However, they're behaving as though Clark doesn't exist. No advertising, no advertisements, nothing. They seem to have an allergy to success. What is the matter? When Caitlin first blew up in college, she got a nil contract with Nike. She was quite well liked. By far, Caitlin was the most well-known collegiate athlete in the nation, twice as much as Angel Reese, who came in second. 4 times as much as the most well-liked male athlete. It has never occurred. As a result, she was pursued by other shoe companies. After she became a professional, she will represent the Curry brand, according to Under Armour. This is where things start to get interesting, though. Does Nike have a long-term strategy that we are unable to see, or will they miss the greatest chance in women's basketball? Stay put, because we're going to explore this mystery in great detail. You won't believe what we find, I promise. Wait. Despite having Caitlin Clark on their roster, Nike is behaving as though she doesn't exist. No merchandise, no advertisements. What is the true tale of this quiet therapy that cost $28 million throughout the world of basketball and has truly changed and revitalized the WNBA? In addition, she is only receiving $28 million over 8 years compared to WEM's $100 million. I think they would have made a ton of money if they had created a signature shoe for Caitlin Clark this season. Let's dissect this transaction that has everyone baffled. Clark agreed to a $28 million 8-year contract with Nike. Folks, that's hardly chump change. Usually this type of money comes with the job. We're talking about advertisements, billboards, signature sneakers, and anything else. However, what is Nike doing? Crickets. Although it wasn't really forced on the public, there was a Nike advertisement for Iowa Caitlin. As a professional, Clark has not been featured in any Nike advertisements. Take a moment to process that. No advertisement featuring Caitlin Clark. For the past 4 years, she has been the largest celebrity in sports, which has increased television ratings. Not a Nike ad. Okay, but perhaps they're only warming up, you might be thinking. False. On the court, Clark has been dominating, setting records, and packing venues. At the moment, she is the most attractive person in basketball. So why all the excitement over Nike? Because Nike has been hesitant to exploit Caitlin Clark. And I always thought, dude, that contract she signed seemed like a pretty good deal. I thought, wow, Caitlin Clark is from Iowa. After her junior year, I began to say things like, hey man, she's the biggest star in college sports. Then, following her final year performance at Iowa, I began to believe that she would become the biggest celebrity in sports. This is when the strangeness starts. No advertisements, no commercials, no products. Nike seems to have forgotten that they signed one of the game's most entertaining players. Is it possible to have LeBron James on your club and not use him in any advertisements? That's essentially what's going on with Clark right now. As a result, she was pursued by other shoe companies after she became a professional. She will represent Curry Brands, Adidas, and Nike, according to Under Armour. Because of Nike's collegiate marketing efforts, she remained with the company. Everyone awaited the announcement of that iconic shoe. No update, though. A'ja Wilson, the recent MVP winner, then revealed her sneaker. And an odd fact about Caitlin surfaced. After starting the process in 23, A'ja Wilson just revealed that her signature shoe with Nike is on the way. The Wilson shoe is anticipated to be available in the spring of 2025. Clark's shoe may be available in stores in 2026 or 2027 over this 2-year period. What? You may be asking what Nike's strategy is at this point. Some claim that they may be betting heavily on other players such as A'ja Wilson, but here's the real deal. It may be 26 or 27 before we see Clark's signature shoe. In the world of sports, that is a long time ago. But wait, while we're all buried in checkers, is Nike playing chess for D? Perhaps this tactic is more complex than it first appears. Are they creating excitement, waiting for the ideal opportunity to let Clark loose on the world? Or have they really missed one of the most significant possibilities in women's basketball? 8 figures. The figure might be between 10 million and 99 million, correct? That's right, the 8 figures are that. Additionally, she will get her own shoe, which I think is brilliant since it will allow all the women and girls who are fans of Caitlin Clark to continue to follow her in the WNBA. Additionally, they will want her shoe. Caitlin Clark might have a range of shoes that are suitable for casual wear basketball and workouts, indeed. Additionally, when the Iowa men and women emerge, are going to have the ideal colorway of Caitlin Clark's shoes. For the Fever, it has the red, yellow, and navy blue. They're going to have a fantastic ad. I mean, a fresh player entered the arena just when you were beginning to believe that Nike had blown their opportunity with Caitlin Clark. Adidas seized the chance when it presented itself. Here's the real kicker, though. Sneakers are no longer the only thing in style. What action by Adidas has the sports world talking? Sneakers have mystical properties. When you're a youngster, they can help you jump higher and sprint faster. I thought so. My children also did. For one fortunate Iowa girl, Caitlin Clark's footwear did work their magic. The story comes from Blake Hornstein. Adidas entered the market with a bang, whereas Nike has been playing it cool. Acknowledging Caitlin Clark's accomplishments as if they were distributing Halloween candy, they took the initiative to cover that gap in promotion. Nike didn't just leave quietly, they did so in a big way. The major weapons were brought in. According to reports, Billie Jean King, the global ambassador for Adidas, praised Caitlin Clark for winning Rookie of the Year in a post on her former account. And without any comments, this sparked a frenzy. Do you know who is praising Clark? The legendary athlete, Billie Jean King, of course. That Billie Jean King, indeed. She is openly praising Clark for her outstanding debut season and winning the Glistening Debut of the Year award as an Adidas ambassador. Describe a power move, guys. This is a big game for Caitlin Clark. She broke the WNBA record for the most three-pointers made by a rookie in a single season by making her 86th three-pointer of the year. Caitlin deserves congratulations. Adidas, however, didn't stop there. Clark's Indiana Fever jersey was selling out faster than you could say three-pointer as they witnessed. Folks, we're talking about sales that smash records. Everyone seems to want to share in Clark's achievement, including their grandmother. Adidas is right there, eager to capitalize on that celebrity endorsement. Ethan Strauss is a business journalist. According to him, Nike wants to give priority to A'ja Wilson because it is concerned about the perception of awarding a signature shoe to a rookie before a well-known player who has won league MVP for the 3rd time. We have discussed this on my channel several times. Is A'ja Wilson the WNBA's best player right now? Indeed. Is Caitlin Clark the WNBA's face right now? Indeed. Do I believe that Caitlin Clark would sell 100 times more shoes than A'ja Wilson if they both dropped shoes today at the same time? Yes, I believe it to be true. You may be asking yourself, okay, but what's the big deal? You mean it's just another endorsement? False. Here, Nike is still setting up the checkers board as Adidas is playing chess. They aren't merely putting their logo on a burgeoning celebrity. They are putting themselves in line with women's basketball's future. Does 7,300 people show up for the average WNBA viewership game? 10,100, 10,200 is the average Angel Reese game score. They gather to observe her. Do you know how many people often show up to see Caitlin Clark perform live or on the road? What, 15,300? All right, 15,300. Are you aware that Caitlin Clark has signed a contract with Nike? Nike. Are you aware of the terms of the contract? I would estimate that it will be $3 million annually for 8 to 10 years, nearly $30 million. Consider it. Clark does more than just win games. She is gaining popularity. She's selling merchandise like it's going out of style and attracting viewers like a magnet. Adidas is riding that wave of popularity right now. They seem to have discovered the secret to the women's sports marketing industry. She signed a significant endorsement contract with Adidas. This collaboration is revolutionary. For Clark and women's basketball, it's a major victory. This is where things start to get interesting, though. Adidas is doing more than just a wise business decision. The entire game is being shaken up by them. The world is witnessing that women's sports are more than just a spectacle. They are the major attraction, and they are threatening to overtake other brands if they don't. That's just one more instance of people making mistakes. Caitlin Clark is the gift. You have to ask yourself if Nike's taking notice of all of this and kicking themselves. Now that Adidas is taking center stage, do they regret signing Wilson instead of Clark? Since Adidas isn't only selling shoes here, let's face it, they are marketing a vision of how sports will develop in the future. They're also making a statement with Clark's enormous viewership. According to WNBA players, they simply don't have enough support for others to gain and for the league to expand. Now is the time to let someone step in and truly improve things, become a star, and attract more people to the sport. I don't want any WNBA players to voice opposition to this. This is just what you require. And women's basketball appears to have a promising future. We may be witnessing a completely new era in the way brands handle women's sports, with Clark leading the way and Adidas supporting her. Signing contracts is no longer the only thing involved. It's about investing in the game's future, acknowledging talent, and rewarding successes. You may assume that this is just another story about sponsorship, but wait. What if Clark's rise to fame is truly changing women's sports as a whole? The figures we're witnessing are astounding. In 2024, WNBA ticket sales are expected to increase by 93% over the previous year. It's more than a minor bump. It is a complete explosion. The Caitlin Clark effect is the term used to describe the expansion of the game. From Iowa City, Camille Gier has more. Ask any little girl in the Carver Hawkeye stands, which team member is your favorite? The identical response will be given to you. Most likely, Caitlin Clark. Over, Caitlin Clark. Again and again, Caitlin Clark. Attendance is high anywhere the junior performs, by the thousand, not the hundreds. Additionally, it goes beyond simply filling seats. More than 1 million people are watching Clark's games. For the WNBA, where average attendance has been a small portion of that, that is significant. It's serious, and some are referring to it as the Caitlin Clark effect. She does more than simply play hoops. The game is being altered by her. I believe that Caitlin Clark's lack of recognition, commercials, advertisements, merchandise, and other things that she should have received during her rookie season is more political in nature. Since she became a professional, Nike has not released a single commercial or advertisement starring Clark. According to sports business reporter Ethan Strauss, even though Nike and Clark have an agreement that includes a signature shoe, it might not be released until 26. This is where things get really crazy, though. The entire situation involving Adidas and Nike is bringing to light some significant problems in the field of sports marketing. We're discussing biases, internal politics, and several lost opportunities.